Everyone tells us how to get clients, but no one tells us how to manage them. Winning a client is the easy part. Keeping them satisfied, building strong relationships, and ensuring they keep coming back, that's the tough part, and no one really talks about it. Hello designers, in today's video, I'll be taking you to the entire project management process you can do whether you are a freelancer, working in a company, or have your own design agency. The process and tool which I'll be using in today's video will help you organize your client projects, increase your productivity, and might just save you a lot of time. So without wasting any more time, let's begin. Start by logging into Odoo.com, where you will find a wide range of apps tailored for various business or freelance needs, whether it's invoicing, e-signatures, or website building. Many of these tools are ones I've highlighted in my reels before. For those who follow me on Instagram, know what I'm talking about. Alright, let's not get overwhelmed by the number of apps Odoo has and focus on the one we are here for, which is projects. I have logged into my account. We will go right into the project module, and here is an existing project, or you can create a new project. Let's say we are creating a new project. Here we will name it as, I don't know, this brand called Stanley. Let's say they are our client, so we will name this project as Stanley Redesign. And you can either create multiple projects, or you can have one project and create multiple clients in that. So create task by send. So you can also send an email to, you can add and attach someone here, so they'll get an email as soon as the project is created. And with that, you can just simply create a project. As soon as you click on project, this Kanban view appears and your project is created. As you can see right here, the name is Stanley Redesign, and this is our Kanban view. For those who don't know what Kanban view is, it's basically one of the easiest way to organize and view your projects. It's like a whiteboard which allows you to create post-it like cards for each different task, for which you can further create stages which will help you keep track of your task by a simple drag and drop. As designers, I know how scary it is to work on blank canvases, and in this case a blank Kanban view. But don't worry, for that exact reason you will find a preset template right here. So you just need to click on see examples. Here are all the templates you have. You have templates like software development, research project. Let's say this is a client for a website redesign job. Maybe you are doing publishing or manufacturing. Literally there's so many things, but what we'll focus on right now is the design, because this is a design based project. So as soon as you click on design, it will show you the template which it has created for you. You will have a new request, design, client review, and handoff. This is how the project looks like. Here are some certain instructions which will make you easier and familiar with the Kanban view, and with that we will use it for my project. So just like that, my entire Kanban view is created. The handoff stages is hidden. You can obviously get it up, but or you can fold it. Basically, this is very important because when you have a Kanban view and when you have a lot of teams working on it, you don't want to see the tasks which are already done, right? You want to focus on the new ones. So I prefer to keep it folded. You can choose it to open it as well. And of course, this is just a template. If you want to rename this new request, if you want to have like a new lead or a new work or anything like that, you can do that. You can even add more tabs to it. You can do it however you want to, but these preset templates really help you sort of get the basics of what you really need to start working on this project. We'll keep this the way it is for right now. Now that we have it all set up, we can start and input our data. Let's say this client has given you 5 different tasks for you to complete on that very week. You can start by listing them down by just clicking on the plus, and let's say you need to start off with research. Then you have creating a mood board or a stylescape, whatever you like to call it. Then you have your logo design. Then you have a logo presentation, because obviously the client wants to see it in a presentation. And let's say if there is any feedback or changes, feedback/changes, we have that also here, because we all know how many changes our clients give us. So I think for now this is good enough. We have all our tasks listed down right here. I've not done anything major. I've just clicked on the plus icon. I've just listed down all our tasks right here. Now you'll slowly start to understand why this Kanban view is really helpful. For example, if the research work has to be started today, what I'll do is I will just drag and drop this into the design segment, and I know that this work needs to be started and needs to be worked on. And let's say if I have my team members right here, they will get notified because I have dragged and dropped this into the design department, or design team has to start working on it. This is really helpful. Let's say if you're freelancing, I think you're good to go with this. You can see what all tasks you have to work on. You can put it on the design so you know what you have to currently work on. But if you are running an agency, if you have team members under you, or even if you're outsourcing work and there are people you have assigned to do something, then that's where Odoo really comes into clutch. And it has this, and let's say if you have your own business where you have to assign tasks to other people, or let's say you're outsourcing other people or working with a group of people where you know that this task has to be done by someone else and you can assign them. That's where Odoo really shines. And I'll give you an example. I'll go on to research. Here I have my assignee. I have a bunch of people in my dashboard which I've added them already. So let's say if I want Pankaj to work on it, I can just add him right here. He'll get a notification that he has to work on this task, and it does not end there. We have so many things right here. Let me quickly show you what all you can do in this research tab. We have the customer right here. We can add it if you want to share this with the client. If you don't want to do it, you cannot do it. Here we can sort of set deadlines. Let's say I want Pankaj to do the research by Friday. So I'll just add a 6 to it, and start day is today. I want him to start working on today. So I'll apply this to it. So he has now like a nice timeline for him to work with. He will start the work on 3 and then he will end it by 6th. Then this next feature of tags is really helpful when you have a lot of tasks and a lot of projects to work on. So you can name this as the research, or let's say initial brief. For example, if Pankaj has a lot of work to do, he can filter out all the tags which he wants to do. Let's say if so I'll show this to you. So I'll go back. Yeah. So here, as you can see, there is like a research tab to it. So when you see it from the Kanban view, you can see these tags really well. One way I've also seen people do this is also set priorities. So in the tag, you can write high and just create a tag called high. And when you go to the Kanban view, you can see what is there on high priority. And let's say for the mood board, if I put the tag here medium and click on enter, I can just see what is in a high priority and what is on medium priority. There are multiple ways you can do this, and you can be as creative. I mean, we are designers, we'll be as creative as we can and assign it to however we like to do it. Let's go back to our dashboard and show you what all is possible in this view itself. Let's say if I had a meeting with a client where the client explained me what exactly they need for us to do in the research, what exactly competitors they want us to look at, and they have explained it to me everything on call. And probably on the call, I do not want to tell the client, okay, wait, I need to add my team members. Looks very unprofessional. I'll listen to the client on call, and then when I'm assigning the work to, let's say Pankaj here, for example, I will make sure I input all that in this description box. So I can simply write, I can make a list of things he need to keep in mind. Keep the research precise. Look for A, B, C competitors, and furthermore. And that's not it. Not only list, not only normal text, but I can add images. Let's say if I have done some bit of research, or if I want some inspiration source for him to keep in mind, I can add the media right here, and many more. So I can also have like a checklist. For example, if I want Pankaj to work on 5 different aspects of the brand and the research, so I can make literally like a to-do list for him to check this. So this is how you can do it. And let's say if he's working on it, he can tick this off. This way you become much more productive. You know what exactly the person is working on, and you know that all the work which you have assigned goes in the right direction and does not fall. Because when you are assigning and delegating work to other people, I know I know a lot of freelancers who will not go into the agency model, or who will not hire people and assign people because they are scared, because what the work they do is not being reflected by the people they'll hire. But this will make sure it's very important that your employees, your team members go in the right direction. So descriptions like this, making a to-do list for them to keep checks in mind, really helps, and it's very useful, trust me. Of course, you can take it a step further and add subtasks. Let's say research is just a very broad way to look at it. Let's say if I want someone who I've assigned in this project to do like a 10-step process, because that is something we actually follow in our company. There is like an index of I think 20 different points we have to follow: competitor analysis, mission, vision. So let's say if I just add it right here: mission, values, vision, competitor analysis. So this way all the systems are in place. You know what you need to work on, you know what exactly need to work on under research. For example, if I am working on this project, I was doing some other task, and then when I open the project, it is just written research. I will not know exactly what I need to do. So these subtasks really help you, all the points you need to cover. And the best part is design is always a collaborative approach. No a single person or a single member can sort of really work on the entire project. I love to collaborate my team members in my company. So here you can add more assignee. Let's say if I want to add Parth also to work with Pankaj on this, I can add them. So Parth and Pankaj, they both will be working on the mission part of it. The rest he'll take care of it. So I mean, this is a really fun way and a really important way to organize and to keep your systems in place when you are handling these big scale projects with multiple team members. Another great thing within the project which will really help freelancers who build clients by the hour is timesheets. You can enable this by going into the settings through your configuration. With timesheets, you and others working on the specific task can log in hours worked on that task, and the way you can have a track of how many hours have been spent on a particular task. That can help you easily bill your customers, but also keep an eye where you are spending too much time on, and that can also help you figure out how you can boost efficiency and the synergy of your team. Managing communication with multiple team members or clients can often be overwhelming. Scheduling unnecessary meetings just for a small feedback or change can be a waste of valuable time. That's where this chatter comes into the picture and can be a complete game changer. Let me show you the 3 essential features of this chatter. Okay, so before that, whatever changes I was making on this dashboard, it was already being reflected here. So if anyone does anything, you know, and it is being recorded. Okay, these are the 3 buttons which are very crucial and essential in chatter, and I think it's one of the things you don't think you need it, but then once you have and once you use the potential of it, you can't do without it. So you have send message. Here you can send message to any of your team members. Let's say if there is any certain change in the project I've been assigned someone to do, I can literally message ki don't do the third point. Anything like that. So send message, this button is your go-to button for sending direct messages. It works as a sending email from your Gmail. You can type out your subject, main body and attachments and send it over to people who are in this project, who are assigned to this project, and maybe who are not even assigned to it. This way the things are organized within each task and not scattered in 10 different channels. Some people use WhatsApp for notifications and for sending people messages, but sometimes that just disappears and goes through with multiple chats. So I feel like if there are certain messages which are very important and need to be acted upon, this is what you need to do. Then we have log note. I really like this because it's perfect for private notes during meetings. You can jot down ideas or important points without worrying about losing them ever or having others to see them later. And lastly, we have activities. Here you can quickly schedule activities such as sending emails, scheduling calls, or planning an online meeting. For example, if I want to have a team meeting for everyone working on this project to sort of gather and discuss something, so what I can do is I can go to activity, click on meeting, and here I can address the summary of the discussion. So discussing research process. That if I want to inform them how to do the research, then I can have a quick meeting. I can create a due date. Let's say if I want to have the meeting tomorrow, and I can also have a log note for anyone to add that. And this way I can click on schedule. So now the meeting of discussing about the research process is scheduled, and let's say if the meeting is done, I'll click on mark done, or even I can edit to change the date and time. This will even show you on the Kanban view and everyone who's assigned to this project. A fun and helpful part about activity is that it even shows you on the Kanban view with different colors, further making it difficult to miss and much easier for you to track the member you have assigned it to. So as you can see in the chatter, these 3 buttons streamline your communication, reduce unnecessary meetings, and keep your projects running smoothly. Let's head back to the overall project dashboard. For me personally, the Kanban view is perfect. It gives a clear picture of the ongoing task and what's still left to do. But the dashboard isn't just for me. It's for other people and the people I've shared with, my team members, and everyone has their own preferences and preferred way of working. So that's where Odoo really shines again. And Odoo really has a lot of options. If you go on to the top right corner, of course you have the Kanban view, the classic one, which I prefer. But then you also have the list view, the Gantt view, the calendar view. Of course you have maps for different projects you're working on. You have a pivot and you also have a graph view. Different team members have different preferences, and if you want to switch between the different views, you just click on the view you want to switch and instantly it switches between different views. A really popular view apart from the Kanban view is the Gantt view as well, because you can literally just toggle and switch between different views you want to. We won't use the map one just yet, but let's talk a bit about the list view. This mode gives you complete control over how you organize and navigate your projects. You can customize exactly what you want using these drop-down options. It's especially useful when you are managing a large number of tasks and projects, where the Kanban view can sometimes feel a bit overwhelming. Now, of course, we have less tasks written down here, but let's say you have 20 different tasks to be worked upon and deliverables to be worked on a project. I think Kanban view can be a little complicated and a little bit of overwhelming at that time. So as you can see here, you can access the drop-down menu. You can open the request. You can also see in brackets how many tasks are assigned to the new request, and it's nicely placed in the list view. One really nice thing is that they still mention the tags, so I know what's on priority. Of course, I can go to that very specific task after clicking on it, and let's say if a specific task like this mood board is done, I can quickly select this and click on done, or I can even click on approved. One thing which I liked about that they have maintained it consistently, that showing all the assignees, next activity, tags, and the stage they are in, because you don't want to click on every single task and open it again and again to see what's the progress, who's working on it, and what's really happening in it. So that's where this really comes in the picture. Now, actually, another popular view, and actually my second favorite view, let's talk about the Gantt view. Of course, Kanban view still holds the top spot, not gonna lie. In our line of work, handling multiple clients and projects within a set duration of time that you can adjust, creativity does not always follow a fixed schedule, and I'm sure many people know this. Sometimes idea can flow instantly, otherwise they can just take a bit more time for it to come. That's why the Gantt view really shines, and you can literally drag and drop clients, adjust timelines, and customize workflow just from this view by itself. So as you can see, the research timeline is from the 3rd till the 6th, but let's say if Pankaj wants more time for the project, he can literally just drag and drop that he needs 24 hours, he needs one more day, or he needs 2 more days, or he just needs a lot of time to complete it. He can drag and drop this. Obviously, whoever has assigned this will get the notification. You can't just keep on dragging and extending these timelines, but this really puts in perspective that how customizable it is. Now let's say if some task is assigned to me, and instead of going to the Kanban view, adding the task, and then adjusting the timeline right here, I can literally just click, drag and drop a tag right here. I can assign something. Let's say I'm working on the feedback, and that is assigned literally to me. Let me show that again. So if I click on 8 to 12th, I want to work on the logo design. I can just select on the logo design, and that task has been assigned to me. How cool is this? And of course, as I showed you earlier, I can lower it or maybe increase it to however the project is flowing at that point of time. This yellow bar really puts in perspective on what day it's currently at and how the project is flowing. Let's say I have put down the research to this date and it is already 3rd, so we only have 2 more days to sort of complete the research and send it to the client. This really puts in perspective on what needs to be actively worked upon, what is in priority and what is not so much in priority, which is sort of later and further towards that yellow bar. It saves you a lot of time, keeps everything in track, and you can look at everything in a broader perspective. This will make sure all your projects are organized, team members and you yourself know what exactly you need to work on today and the next very week, and overall all the systems are in sync. Yeah, of course, you'll be like, Anik, there are many ways to maintain your client projects and your team. But the reason why I love Odoo projects so much is because it has to be the most interactiveness of all. If I am the project manager, I can use this tool to my advantage and change the task from design to client review by just dragging and dropping it. And let's say if I am a team member who has currently finished a task which I have assigned, I can simply click on it and mark the task as completed. it is that much easier. With my experience, I would say that we have been struggling a lot finding the perfect project management tool. We have made a lot of mistakes, lost a lot of money, fired very, very good people just because they could not manage certain tasks, just because we did not have a strong database for them to keep track and manage tasks. I feel like the earlier you put these systems into the picture of your business, the more benefit you will get out in a longer run and in a bigger perspective. So I feel like if you're a freelancer, if you are and want to start your own agency, putting these systems of management is very, very important, is something I overlooked in the beginning. That's why it took me so long to have a team of 15 people, to have a 7-figure agency and to working with such big clients. But I'm grateful and happy that Odoo has reached out to me and told me to make a video for you guys, so you can take an advantage of it. Have this, because as everyone knows, the first app is free for all. Like, this is free. You can just go and click on the link in my description and start using this, start learning this, take this video as an example and as your sign to have your projects and systems in place. Just go out there, focus on your design work, and let Odoo handle all the backend and everything you don't want to focus on. So that's it, folks. I hope this video was helpful and I hope you learned something new in this video. And as I said earlier, do check out Odoo. The link will be the first link in my description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.